So now that you've signed up for Flywheel, you will be brought to your dashboard, and this is what it's going to look like. If this is your first site, obviously you won't have any sites listed here. If this is your second or third site and you're hosting with Flywheel, you'll see those sites listed here. So I just want to walk you through first creating a new website, and then I want to kind of walk you through the dashboard of Flywheel so that you know kind of where everything is. So to create your first staging site, so this is just a staging site, not a live site. It's not connected to your domain. It's just going to create a staging site. We click on that Create a Free Site button. And then we select an owner, which will be you if it's the only one using your account. We enter in a site name. And then we can either leave this blank. This is what's the actual URL of our staging website is going to be. And we can either have it generated automatically or we can type one in. So I'll just do this. And then we're going to create our admin user. Now again, remember, we want to create something a little bit more complex. I'm not going to go crazy with this because I'm going to delete it in a second, but it would be something like, you know, some words and numbers and stuff like that. But remember, we're going to be able to change what this looks like on the front end if we're using our admin to create content. We just want to create something that's not going to be easy to guess. And then we're going to enter in a password. So this again should be some kind of randomly generated. There's lots of things online that will help you generate passwords. You can also use something like LastPass, which remembers all of your passwords and can also generate secure passwords for you, because we want to be using different usernames and passwords for every website. That can be difficult to remember. So something like LastPass.com, I believe, will help you out. So I already generated a password. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to confirm it again there just to make sure that it's correct. And then I'm going to click on my client will pay later. Now, even if you're the client, even if you're going to pay later, that's the option, because that's how we get the 2 weeks free. We select our data center, which would be the one closest to us or closest to our target market. So for me, that is probably London, but for most of you to be somewhere in the US or one of the other data centers. So we click on that, and then we click on launch a demo site, and you can see that I have 3 demo sites that I can use, or 3 free 2-week staging sites that I have available. We click launch a demo, and then we're going to get this message, and it's going to tell us that the site is being created. When you're done, it does email you to let you know, or you can just kind of leave this page open, and in a moment the WordPress website, or it'll tell you that the website is completed. So I will show you that in just a second. So once your website is created through Flywheel, it's going to automatically reload this page, or if you get the email and click the link, you'll be brought here. And so this is your site created, and it's ready for you to start working on. So before we get into going through the website and everything, that'll be in the next tutorial. I want to kind of walk you through the Flywheel dashboard. So while this is a free account for those first 2 weeks, you're going to see this. You can pay for the site at any time. The URL for the website is going to be right under the title, and you can just open that up in a new tab. And you're going to see that it says authentication required. So all Flywheel staging sites have a username and a password in order to access them. So the username is always Flywheel. And you can go down here and you'll see the password is right here on the right hand side under privacy mode. And you can pop that in and click login, and then you'll see your staging site. Once you've purchased an account, so while it's free, you can't turn this off, but once you've purchased an account, you can turn off privacy mode. And you can also change the password by entering in a new password and clicking on change. The IP address of your site is here in case you need that later. But more importantly, I want to show you on the right, we're going to get into this again later when we talk about launching. But domain management, so adding a domain to your account, is done here. And then if we go into add-ons, which is what I want to show you, again, we're going to do this during launch. Once you've paid for an account, this is where you'll set up your SSL certificate. And if you need to back up your website, which is done automatically every day, but if you need to create a new backup, you're about to do something and it might break everything, then we can go to backups, we can create a new backup. If your site, everything goes wrong, you can also restore your website from this tab. So go to backups, next to each backup that's taken, there's a restore button, click that, then it will automatically restore your site. Under the Advanced tab, remember that Flywheel is doing a lot of your caching for you. Now this cache should flush or erase itself whenever you make an update to the site, but if for some reason it's not, come to your Advanced tab and click on that flush cache. The rest of these options we will talk about later on. We'll talk about during our launch process. If you have the personal package, you can also create your staging site right now, but really we can do that later. So because we're already working on kind of a staging URL, until we're ready to launch it, we can work on this URL, and then when we're about to go live, we'll create a copy to our staging site, and then we'll put domain in our account. So you don't really have to worry about this until we get to launch. And then the billing tab, which is where you'll go when you're ready to pay for your account and bring the website live. So that's just a quick overview of the Flywheel dashboard. Go ahead and complete this tutorial and you'll be brought on to the next one, which is a tour of the actual WordPress dashboard itself. And then you'll get on to later tutorials setting up your website and functionality and all that cool stuff. So that's just the first step. Go ahead and complete this tutorial and move on to the next one, a tour of the WordPress dashboard.